Well, while much of the world grapples with the current fuel crisis, Brazil is one country that's been able to ride out the storm. That's because it produces almost all the fuel that it needs. And with many natural gas and oil fields still untapped, Petrobras, the country's state-owned oil company, is set to become a big player in the region. Lucia Newman took an inside look at the company's workings.
An enthusiastic petrol vendor waves in customers along Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana beach. Here, drivers can fill their flex fuel engines with petrol, ethanol, or both. Brazil's state-owned oil company, Petrobras, is a pioneer in versatile fuel. But it's much more. It's become the third biggest company on the stock exchange in the Americas and one of the top 10 worldwide since the discovery of mammoth oil and natural gas fields off Brazil's coast.
Brazil is unbelievable. Okay, the reserves that we have, the resource that we have, and in our deep offshore areas is something that has not been touched yet.
We're taken to see Petrobras's pride and joy, an enormous oil platform for deep offshore drilling to add to oil reserves calculated at nearly 12 billion barrels. Here in South America's largest shipyard in Angra dos Reis, the final touches are being put on this 15-story floating structure, which will soon be put to sea to extract 180,000 barrels of crude a day, using state-of-the-art technology.
This is like a giant city capable of generating enough electricity to supply more than 300,000 people. They have a restaurant, even a giant cinema that can seat up to 200 people. But for Brazil, this is much more than a petroleum platform. It represents Petrobras's self-sufficiency.
Brazil, which is larger than the continental United States, is totally fuel sufficient. But until now, it had to import its platforms from Singapore or Norway.
This is the first of several platforms totally made in Brazil, and that's something that makes us proud.
Petrobras has major investments, including for refining and exploration in Africa, Asia, Europe, as well as North and South America. It also exports technology in the field of petrochemicals, while investing in alternative energies, including solar energy and hydrogen.
How important are the alternatives?
We asked this petrol consultant how Petrobras compared with South America's other oil giant, PDVSA of Venezuela.
We are 100 years in front of PDVSA, 100 years. Yes, in knowledge, in technology. Petrobras put $1.5 billion in the last 2 years in research and development.
And as it sets out to find more oil, Brazil's state oil company is poised to become an even bigger world player at a time when other countries' reserves are dwindling. Lucia Newman, Jazeera, Angra dos Reis, Brazil.